Okay, welcome everyone. We're going to start the class now. So, yeah, today's class is on building front-end on Starknet. It's going to be hosted by someone else, but I'm going to introduce him later in the class. So right now, again, we're here, front-end. Last week we discussed Starknet and smart contracts, and we have 2 more classes to go, and then, we should be done with this course. So next week, we're going to be talking about Dojo, which is a game engine for building games on Starknet. And then this is an open discussion, but I probably will still talk more about on-chain games and building games on Starknet. Okay, so today about this workshop, so we're going to go over the requirements, front-end libraries, and then live coding, which will be held by someone else, and then resources. So this is going to be your instructor. His name is Victor Amorogbe. This is Xandu. And yeah, so talking about Starknet library. So to communicate with the blockchain, you need you need an SDK. So you can use Starknet JS if you're going to be using JavaScript or TypeScript. You can use Starknet Pi, or there's also Rust SDK. I know there's more from like JVM, but again, today's class we focus on the Starknet JS, and it's going to be a library, Starknet React. And I know this is going to go fast, but the next one is the live coding. Supreme, if you want to take it from here, Victor. I'm going to stop sharing my screen so you can.
Okay. My name is Victor, and I'm a software developer from Removra. And today we'll be talking about how to integrate Starknet React in your front-end application. So to get started, let's head over to the Starknet React official documentation. We can find that here on starknet-react.com. So let this quickly load and let's get started. So Starknet React is a collection of hooks that makes integrating your front-end code with the Starknet blockchain very easy. So for people coming from the Ethereum background, you've been writing smart contracts using Solidity. Yes, Solidity. So your blockchain is EVM compatible. Let's say on Arbitrum or Polygon. You've probably been, I don't know, is that the question?
No, I dropped the link for anybody that wants to check.
Okay. So let me quickly load this again. Sorry. Okay, so for people coming from the Ethereum perspective, you've probably been writing your smart contracts using Solidity. And on your front end, you've probably been using a library called WAGMI. So WAGMI is just the same thing, it's doing the same thing just like Starknet React. WAGMI lets you connect to your Ethereum smart contracts easily with hooks. Starknet React lets you connect to your Starknet smart contracts easily with hooks. So just in case you don't understand what that means, think about it like this. So you're working on a project, and let's say it's a project where you need to sell beverages. So it's a marketplace, it's an online marketplace. So you need to connect your wallets. You would have to, send transactions. You would also have to verify that, yes, this person actually has enough money to pay for this NFT or this beverage, whatever you're selling, right? So usually you would start having to code up a process that, is painstaking and just long, right? But using a library like Starknet React, it is literally very easy. It's like a line to do things that will take you a long time to do. So yeah, that is why we use Starknet React. So I personally like it, and hopefully you will too. So let's get started with installing Starknet React into our project. But for today, let me quickly show you what we would be building. Let me show you that. I created a template, so I'm just going to spin it up real quick. I created a template. I called it Learn Starknet. So let me quickly show you what that is. Let it reload. Okay, so this is what we would be building today. We'll be learning how to connect your wallets. We'll be learning how to write data to the Starknet smart contract, to Starknet smart contracts on the blockchain. So we'll also be learning how to read data coming from the Starknet smart contracts. Then we'll also be able to, wallet interactions. getting balance from a wallet. Then the last thing we'll be working on today is Starknet profiles. So you may be asking, what is Starknet profiles? Again, for people coming from Ethereum, it's the equivalent of ENS. So Ethereum has ENS, Ethereum name service. Starknet has Starknet profiles. So what does this do? So across different dApps, you do not always want to be entering your name, entering your username, entering a bunch of details about you, right? So you want to create a profile one place and use it everywhere. Also, this also has integrations with your wallet. I believe you guys already have your Argent and Bravo's wallet. It already has integrations with wallets. So you can kind of personalize the way you make transactions too. So instead of you to, asking me for my wallet address using OX, A, B, C, D, and you easily make a mistake, you can just use my Starknet ID. That is my Starknet profile. I'll be like, what's your username on Starknet ID? I'll be like, oh, my name is Adam.Stark, and boom. It's easier to remember Adam.Stark than my long wallet address. So yeah, I really like Starknet profiles too, and we'll be learning how to integrate that. But for this class, there is an issue. Starknet profiles actually have issues connecting with Starknet React. So there's an issue with Starknet React library connecting to Starknet profiles. I already made that known to the team working on Starknet React on their Discord. So if there's a solution, when there is a solution, you can also check it out on the Discord. But it should be fixed probably before you get to do this again, hopefully. Now let us set up our project. This is just UI. There is nothing connected here. It is just UI, so nothing works. We are going to hook this all up with the Starknet blockchain using Starknet React. Okay, so let us get started. Let us install the dependencies we are going to need. Now, in case you're asking where this is, let me see if I can drop a link to it on the chat. Okay, it's already here. Let me just copy it and let me drop it. So you can just clone it too and you should be fine. So, okay, I just dropped the link to it in the chat. Now, let us, install our dependencies. So I'm going to open up my cursor, go to where it says Starknet React. I'm sorry, learn Starknet. Okay, so I'm going to close all these up. So this is just a simple Next.js project. We have nothing installed. So the simple setup is we go over here and we will copy this. I'm using PNPM, so I'm just going to copy this. Now, one other dependency that we'll be needing, although it's not written here, is Starknet. Eventually, when we're using several of these hooks, they will need to import things from Starknet. So we are just going to install that also from the beginning. So we are going to wait for, this to finish installing. While that is happening, we are going to continue. So it says installation, we install our dependencies, then we're going to configure our provider. So your hooks, all the hooks need to work within a Starknet configurations, within a provider. You get, so if you don't have that, it will throw an error. So we create our provider here. It says under components, let's create Starknet-provider.tsx. So I'm going to go here. This is components. I'm going to create Starknet-provider.tsx. And I'm just going to copy this entire code. Just going to copy this entire code. And I'm going to paste it in here. Okay. I'm going to explain what all this is. Now, let's also go here. It says wrap your app in the provider. So we're going to go to nope, not here. We're going to go to our app and wrap it in our provider. So we're going to wrap this in Starknet provider. So this Starknet provider is coming from here, what we just pasted. So it's coming from Starknet provider. Then we're going to copy this and paste it in here. Okay. So now our hooks should be working. So right now our hooks should be working. They should be working fine. Okay. So just to quickly go through what is here. This is also a Starknet hook. You can see it's coming from Starknet React Core. This is also a hook to kind of get you, because again, we have wallet providers, right? Different wallet providers. We have Argents, we have Bravos, we have the web wallets, we also have the Argent mobile, and we also have Cartridge. And today I'm hearing that Casper, is it Casper or Kepler? Kepler wallet, is being integrated into the Starknet ecosystem. So that should be compatible. So I think we also have BitGet or something like that. So we have a lot of these wallet providers, right? So what these injected connectors help you to do is it helps you to get, like functions to connect to these individual wallets. So you can see we have Argents here, we have Bravos here. Then in the slide you saw just before we came here, if you looked at it carefully, under Starknet React, it said Starknet Kit. So Starknet Kit, actually, this is not the only use case, but one of the use cases, it also gives you additional wallet support. Like right now, we just have Argents and Bravos, right? With Starknet Kit, you can connect to the Starknet mobile, you can connect to the Starknet web wallet. So, and it also gives you a custom connect modal. So you see this modal here. We created this ourselves. So Starknet Kit gives you a modern, beautiful Starknet connect modal out of the box. So yeah, then this order random, you can literally tell it how you want, the wallets listed here to be arranged. Right now it's at random. I personally do not like this because sometimes when you click on Argent and you disconnect, it kind of switches the position, put Bravos at the top, put Argent at the bottom. So I would just, comment that out for now. You can leave it in there if you wish, but I'm going to comment it out. Okay, so under Starknet configurations, we are going to provide the chains, mainnet, and Sepolia for now. Then the provider, we're going to be using a public provider. Then the connectors, we just talked about the connectors here. Then the Explorer, we can use Voyager or StarkScan. But yeah, we are using Voyager in this case. Then it's all wrapping the child component, which is basically the rest of our application. Okay, so let me see. Okay, we've installed the dependencies we need. We can now proceed. We can now proceed. Okay, so yeah, I think everything should be set. Now, to connect your wallet, you need, again, we are all using hooks, right? So everything will be running on hooks. We need to call a hook called the use connect hook. And if you go to this documentation, you can see it here. Oh, sorry, no, the use connect hook. This is the use contract. The use connect hook. Okay, yes, this is it. So remember what I said in the beginning? I said that literally is like one line. This is the import statement, and this is the import statement, and this is basically the hook that, would help us connect our wallets. I love it. It's just too easy. So for now, we'll just copy our import statement and go to our pages because all our code, you can see it here. It's all here.
Victor,
It's in.
can you zoom in your IDE a bit? I'd like to see.
Okay. Is this better?
Yes, a little better.
Okay. So I'm going to paste in the use connect import statement. Then I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here. Now, something we could also do, just in case, you are using more providers. When I mean more providers, I mean more connectors rather. In case you're using more connectors, you could do this. You say connectors. Then we could remove this. And so instead of hard coding it, we can just do this. Instead of hard coding it. So connector. Okay, so instead of you hard coding it every single time, you could do this. So what I did is I got a list of all the connectors, I mapped through it, I got each individual connector, and I created a button that, every time you click on it, it calls the connect hook that is here and passes the connector to it. and it also renders the name of the connector. So we can see it, we should be able to see, it says error, create context only works in client component. So it seems that these hooks are calling create context, and we are currently using Next.js 14, so by default, this is a server component. So to fix that, we would go to the top and say use clients. Okay, so this is gone. You can see this is coming from this map. Remember, we only listed two connectors. We listed the Argent and Bravo, so that's what we have here. So if I click on Argent, you see it spins up my wallet, and I can enter into my password, and I can connect. Now, it is not telling you it's connected in any way because we've not done that. So now, a way to get if you are connected is to use another hook called the use account. So if you are not connected, your account is undefined because you are not connected, right? But when you are, you then get account data. So we go to our Starknet React documentation again and look for where it says use account. Use account. Okay, it's right above use connect. So we copy this and we go here and we paste it in. Then we also copy, the implementation of the hook and we paste it here also. Now, this is the address of the connected account and this is the status. There are 4 status. You can also read up more about it here. Different arguments that can be passed and different arguments and prompts that can be passed. So you can read more about it here. So this status has 4 types: connected, disconnected, connecting, and reconnecting. Because again, remember why we are using hooks. We want to get extra information about the life cycle of the functions we are calling, right? So this will tell you this status, this status variable will tell you if you are connected, if you are disconnected, if you are connecting, and if you are reconnecting. So this can be really useful to build better UX. But for now, we'll just care about if you are connected or not. And, because if you are disconnected, you are not connected. If you are connecting, you are not connected yet. If you are reconnecting, you have been disconnected and you are connecting again. So all we'll just care about for now is be connected. So we are going to go here and say, we will remove this. Oh, yeah, we'll remove this. Then curly braces and say status. If status is equal to connected, else you should do something else. So if status is connected, I want it to tell me my wallet address. So I can just say address, else, connect wallet. So I thought I saw a red line. Okay, so you can see I'm connected to this is my wallet address, but this is too long, so I wrote a helper function. You can find the helper functions I wrote here. I wrote a helper function to, kind of truncate the wallet address. So I'll go here and I'll say, I'll wrap this and I'll import truncate wallet address. So you see, we are connected. Then I also want, when I click on this button, if I'm connected, I want to disconnect and this my modal should pop up. Then if I am not connected, I want to be able to click on this and I should be connected. So to disconnect, there's also another hook called use disconnect. So we have the use connect, we also have use disconnect. So use disconnect, let's look for it. Use disconnect. Okay, here it is. Use disconnect. So we just copy it like the others and we paste it here. Use disconnect. Okay, so we also copy this. That's the implementation and we would paste it here. Okay, I'll remove this one. Okay, and I'm also, let me just leave that. Let me just even remove the error altogether. So that is if you want to, create UI instances where you have an error, render this and stuff like that. But for now, all we care about is the disconnect function. So I will go here and I will say on click. and I will say on click. If status is connected, if this is true, it should call the disconnect function. Else, it should return void. That is an empty function. So when we go here, you see when we click on this, it disconnects. We can click on this back and it reconnects. So we successfully connected our wallet. We've successfully been able to connect our wallet. Now, let's do contract interactions. And now for this, we would be using a hook call because, again, there are two main types of contract interaction. You can read a contract, that is data from a contract, and you can write data to it. So when you are writing data to a contract, you are basically modifying the state of the blockchain. So you are spending gas, and all this data will go through in form of a transaction. Then, when you are reading data from the blockchain or you are reading data from a smart contract, you are not modifying the state of the blockchain. You are just viewing it, and that costs no gas. So you are not paying anything, and it's just like any other API call. Very easy. Now, so for this example, we would actually be sending tokens from one wallet address to, we would actually be sending token, sorry, what is this? Okay. We would actually be, sending tokens from a wallet address to another wallet address, but I'll be sending it from me to me, but you can send it from the wallet address to whoever you want, and I'll be showing you how to do that. So for this, we would look for a hook called the use send transaction hook. Use send transaction. Okay, this is the hook. You can see it's a bit longer than the others. Then you can also see these imports coming from Starknet. When we're creating when we're installing our dependencies, I said that was not complete. I added Starknet to it. This is the reason why. So we are going to copy all this. Now, the use send transaction is the one we care about. The use contract, this hook actually kind of help you like recreate a Starknet smart contract from the ABI and its address. And the use network, you can see it belongs to the helper class. So the use network, these are just helper that help you get like your current chain, the chain you are on, and stuff like that. And use account, we are familiar with that already. So I can copy this and paste it here. Okay, let me format this real quick. Format document. Okay. So I'm going to copy the import statement from the ABI type. Then I'm going to drop it here. Then I am going to, copy our ABI and also drop it. It doesn't really matter where I drop it, as long as it's reachable. So I'll drop it here. Yes, I'll drop it here. I'll drop it here. Copy this. We already know what this does. We are creating the contract from the ABI and the address. So we're going to copy this and paste it here. But we already have address. That's why this is throwing an error. So I'm going to comment this out first. I'm just going to remove it. We already have address. So what this is doing is it is taking the address of the native currency of the particular chain you are on. And since Starknet is a layer 2 scaling solution of Ethereum, the native currency is Ethereum, it's ETH. So this would actually default to your ETH, to the ETH address on Starkscan. So we'll confirm all this. We will see. Anyway, going forward, we copy this and paste it here. Now, what this does is you get to define the function name, like the name of the function you want to call. You can see it's also defined in the ABI. So the name of the function we want to call is transfer. So we are calling the transfer function. Then transfer takes two inputs, takes two arguments, right? It takes the recipient and it takes the amount. So who you want to send your tokens to and the amount of tokens you want to send. So you see the address you want to send your token to and the amount you want to send. So this is a big integer, right? So and it's throwing an error there, so I'm just going to say big integer 1. Okay, so we are basically sending a transaction from our wallets to this address of this amount, so this address of this amount, and we are calling the transfer function. So this is how you would also do it if you want to connect with any other smart contract. You just look for their ABI. I'm not sure the ABIs are public, but you have to look for that. Then the name of the function you want to call, then you pass arguments to it. This could also be an empty array, but it is required to transfer tokens. So for this use case, it is not an empty array. So yeah, let me save this. Okay, it's already saved. Now let me go down here. I'm also going to create a state. I'm going to call this state connect wallet, or rather wallet address. Then I'm going to say set wallet address. Then I'm going to import use states. So what am I currently doing? I want a situation where we can actually read the wallet address you put in here. So that is actually what I'm trying to do. Then when we call the send transaction, instead of us to, because right now we are currently using the connected address, I want us to not use the connected address. I want us to use the address gotten from this input field here. So that's what I'm currently doing. So I'm going to go over here to this input field where it says on change. I'm going to say on the events. I'm going to say set wallet address to e.target.value. Okay. Then I'm going to come here. Remember, this is the recipient, right? It was defined in the ABI, the recipient address. So I'm going to say, and the recipient is the contract address, while the amount is a U256 data type. So I'm going to put wallet address here, and I'm going to put wallet address here. So it says blocks code wallet address used before its declaration. Okay, I'm going to copy this and put it above. Okay, so the wallet address we put in here is what we'll be sending the transaction to, the amount of tokens to. So we would also go to this button here where it says on click, and we say send. Okay, it says send. I'll call the send function there. So you see when I click on this, oh, wait a minute, let's see. Okay, wallet address. Oh, wallet address is empty. That is why. You see, we've not put in anything here. That is why that is not working. So I'm going to go here to my agents, and I'm going to copy my wallet address. I'm going to paste it here, and you see, I'm going to send myself one way. You can also increase the amount, and I can click this. Okay, so it is confirming. It's confirming. Okay, it's sent. So how do we know this is sent? We have a status field here. So we should go into our hook, remove error and say status. So, okay, let me change this to transaction status since we've already called something as status before. So I'm going to say transaction status. Then I'm going to come here and I'm going to paste in transaction status. So it's in idle because we have not done anything yet. So if the transaction failed, it should say failed. Then if it's succeeded, it should say success. So we are going to do this again. Then I'm going to send a transaction to myself. Okay, so it says success. Now, just in case you do not want to send Ethereum, you could also send other tokens. Okay. Yes, you could also send other tokens by changing the address. Where did we define the address? Oh yeah, the contract address here. So this by default is Ethereum. It will show you the Ethereum contract address, or it will show you the Ethereum contract address on Starknet. But let's say I want to send Stark. All I have to do is go on Stark scan. Okay, this should load up. But I will show you this later while this loads up. Okay, I will show you this later. But what you would want to do is you would want to go, okay, it's here. It is here. So I want to set up Stark, the Stark token. Okay, so let's look the Stark token. Okay, so this is Nostra Stark. I'm looking for Stark itself. Okay, so this is the Stark token. I'm just going to copy the wallet address and I'm going to paste it here. Then remove this and put this instead. So you see when we go here, now you may be asking why we did not change the ABI. This is pretty standard for tokens. So this is pretty standard. So when I click on send transaction, you see we are no longer sending Ethereum, rather we are sending Stark. So yes, when I reject it, it says error. So we've been able to successfully, write data to the blockchain. So if there are any questions, please ask in the chat. I will be checking that in a second. Now, let's also learn how to read data from the Starknet smart contract. So this again would not, you see there is no button because it will not, spin up. There's no wallet interaction to do this. So yeah, there is the use read contract, I believe. There's a hook for that, the use read contract. Yeah, this hook. We're just going to copy these two over here. And we're going to paste it at the top. Okay, use network already have that. So we are on mainnet, by the way. So by default, it will be on mainnet, but there is a hook to also change chains, to the use switch chain. You can switch from mainnet to Sepolia. So we copy that. We also have an ABI here, but this ABI is different. So we'll just copy everything this way. And we'll just paste it in here like this. Okay, so this is a different ABI. You can see we are trying to call the function symbol and it returns a felt 252 and it's of view type. So we are not writing anything. This is of view type. Okay, so we are calling the function name symbol. We are passing the native currency address of the chain we are on, which is ETH. So we are passing the ETH address. So yeah, let's see what we get. Let's see. I'm going to go here and I'm going to say data returned would be data. Okay. Now, you see it is not returning anything, but let's console log this because the client is also not throwing any error. So let's console log that. Data. Now let's go to our console. You can see we are getting this. This is a big integer. So we are expecting a string, but we are getting a big integer. That is why it's not showing anything there. If we do toString, here, you can see we get a number. But now, I bet you've never heard any token called 4543560. Neither have I. So this is actually ETH, but in felt 252. So to convert this to what users and you and I can understand, I wrote a helper function to do this. But it turns out that was not necessary because we could just do data dot formatted. All right, is really formatted. Let me confirm this. So what am I calling? Okay, data dot formatted. Okay, let me see. Let me check the documentation again. Okay, args, the return type. Why? So yeah, let's debug this. Let us debug this. I'm going to remove this error. Or yeah, let me leave the error and let me console log it. There's no error. We're obviously getting something back. I see. Use with contract data. Or did I spell it wrong? Did I spell something wrong? So let's see format. Anyway, so let's just use the function I created, but well, let's take a little time to dig in deeper. So data undefined, okay. I know it started with formats. Okay, I cannot currently find this, so I'm just going to use the function I wrote. But if you do, this is not it. This is not it. Sorry. This is not it. It is for getting your balance. That is where there is a format function for. I believe so. So yeah, we're just going to use the function I wrote for this. So instead of this, we'll just say format. What did I call it? Felt 252 to string. So felt 252 to string. I'm going to say data, just to hedge our bets. Or not even that. Let me just say data. So I get if. But now let me just copy this, because again, I want to be able to know the name of any contract address I put in here, right? So I'm just going to use the same wallet address that we've created before. I'm just going to be reusing this. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here. And I'm going to paste it here in the input contract address. Okay, yes. Then I'm going to go here and I'm going to change this from using the native currency address to using wallet address. So whatever I put in there. So it's saying can't convert undefined to big int. Okay, this is even throwing another error. It's saying type string is not assignable to type OX string. So I'm going to say OX. Yeah, so close that. Then over here, I'm going to say fed 250 data or empty string. So yes, I'm going to connect our wallet again. And I'm going to read, now I'm going to read the name of, the Stark token. I'm expecting Stark. So we already know the name, but just want to confirm it works. Yes, Stark. So far, we've been able to connect our wallet. We've been able to write data to the contracts. We've been able to also read the data. So I'm going to check the chat right now for if there are any questions. Okay. Can you zoom in your IDE? Okay.
Yeah, you already addressed that. No, that's fine.
Okay. So for the balance of the provided address, there's also a hook for this. So it's like there's a hook for most everything if you think about it on Starknet React. So we go here where it says use balance and we copy this. Then we go again to the top and we paste this in. Then the documentation, we copy this. So we provide we provide data to the address type, but there are also other types. You see, there's symbol, there's decimals, there's formatted. Oh yeah, this is where formatted is that I was talking about before. But yeah, let's us go on and paste this in here. So it's saying cannot redeclare block scope variable data because we've called data before. So I'm going to see this as balance instead, or rather balance data. Okay, so we're going to get the balance of this address. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to also paste get balance. Okay, I'm going to paste balance data here. Now it's saying, okay, big type. Okay, it's a lot of types. So I'm just going to, enter into that and say value. So we go here. Okay. Oh, I'm not connecting our wallets. Okay, I'll connect my wallet here. Balance of provided address. It's not returning anything because again, it's a big int. That the value is a big integer. So we say formatted instead. And we can see it here. But I already wrote a function to do this, but over the course of preparing for this, found this out. So great. So, but now we are seeing 14.5. We just want this to be in 4 decimal places, right? So I'm going to, cover this, turn it to a number, from a string to a number. Then I'm going to say to fixed, then 4. So this should be in 4 decimal places. So we've been able to limit that. Now, I also want me to be able to impute my wallet address here, and I should be able to get the balance here. So what I would do is I'm going to still copy this, and I'm going to paste it here. And I'm going to paste it here. Yes, in the input above it. Then I'm going to also go to the top here. Instead of this address, I'm going to say wallet address as OX string. So whatever I put in here, it's in not a number. So well, we don't really have to tackle that right now. So whatever address I put in here, I should be able to see the balance here. So I'm going to go copy my address, and I'm going to paste it here. So you can see, because it's to 4 decimal place, that is why it's saying 0. And we are, by default, it will default to the native currency address, which is Ethereum. And I have very little Ethereum in this particular wallet. So what we can do is we can then change the token we are looking for. We can pass in token, then because we already have the Starknet contract to, address, we can just put it in there. And let's see. So it says I have 5.5533 Stark tokens. So this is it. We've been able to, read data. We've been able to read the user wallet address using Starknet React. Now, for the final piece of, this tutorial, we'll be talking about Starknet profiles. Now, I said before that Starknet profiles have an issue with Starknet React currently, but either way, we'll be showing you as much as possible. So, yeah. So if you go to the documentation of Starknet React, you should see Starknet ID at the bottom. So with use Stark addresses, you can provide a name and get the address of that name. You can provide a name, yes, and get the address. With use Stark name, you can provide an address and get the name. Then we use Stark profile. You can provide an address and get all the data about that particular address. So what I wanted to use today is use Stark profiles. That's why we have, socials, we have name, and we have a picture. Use Stark profile provides all this. But that doesn't work. I'll still show you how technically it should work, but it's currently not working. So, but use Stark address and use Stark name, they work. So we're just going to copy use Stark name, use Stark address and paste it at the top here. Then we're also going to copy this and paste it here. Okay, so we're going to rename this to Stark address data. Then we're going to remove this and this. Again, these are useful. They are there for a reason, but we do not have the UI for that, for this design yet. So we're going to copy this and, go over here where it says guest user. I'm going to remove guest user and I'm going to put truncate wallet address. I'm going to paste in the Starknet address data. Okay, so it's saying argument of type string or defined is not assignable to type OX string or undefined. I'm going to say as string. Okay, still string is not assignable to type OX. Okay, as n. Okay, so you can see this is Vitalik Buterin's wallet address. Yeah, this is Vitalik.eth wallet address. Not .eth, it's .stark. Yeah, Vitalik.stark wallet address. Okay, so you can see at the top of my wallet here, it's Adams.stark. So if I put in Adams.stark, I should be able to also get my wallet address. Okay, so yeah, this is my wallet address here. So we can successfully get wallet address from Starknet addresses. So that is really nice. So I'm going to comment this out so we can kind of do the reverse using Stark name. So the use Stark name, we're going to copy this and put it at the top here. We're going to put this at the top here. Then we're going to copy this implementation and paste it here. So we are going to rename data to Stark name data and remove the error. Then I'm going to pass in my own wallet address. So hopefully we get my name back. Then I'm going to put in Stark name data here. Okay, saying string or undefined. Use Stark name data. Let me check. Okay, we'll still say as n. Then we would go here and we get, oh, I'm truncating it, sorry. I'm truncating it, so I'm going to paste it here. Okay, so we get Adams.Stark back. I'm going to show you, now is the part where I show you where, or rather how it is supposed to work using Stark profiles. How you are supposed to get the name, the wallet address, the name, the wallet address, the social handles, and the image of the user. There are many other fields, as you would see shortly. So I go here and to use Stark profiles, copy, use Stark profile, and paste it here. I'm going to comment this out. I'm going to comment this out. Use Stark profile. Then, okay, use Stark profile. Okay, it also takes an address. So yeah, my address. Use Stark name data. I'm just going to say profile for that. Then go to the bottom and remove this. So I'm going to console log profile. This should give me undefined because again, there is an issue with that. So yeah, it gave me undefined. But let's pretend, let's kind of pretend like it works so you kind of see how we should have used it. So we would usually go here, remove this, and we would say profile dot. So you can see we have the Discord, the GitHub, the name, the profile picture, the proof of personhood, and the Twitter. So we'll just say the profile picture. If that exists, I'm going to just use the profile picture. Profile picture. Else, I'm going to be using the picture of this ape. Okay. But it's still there because, again, this is undefined. So that's why it's still showing the picture of the ape. So the picture of the ape is kind of like our fallback image. Then for this, we'll just do the same thing. I'm like profile dot name. If it exists, let's use the profile's name. Else, we should call you, or if this doesn't exist. But for profile.name, we can say if you are connected, let's kind of, create something long. So we can say if status is connected, if this is true, and profile dot name is not undefined, not equal to undefined here. Okay, it's not undefined. It's true. And if the profile name is not undefined, I want to return the profile name. Else, if the profile name is undefined, I want to truncate. If it is undefined but it is connected, I want to truncate the wallet address and passing address. Else, I just want to say guest user. So it's saying guest user now because we are not connected. So when I connect, it truncates my wallet address again because this is undefined. But if this worked, I should have seen my name here. Then the same thing goes for your socials. Just go here and you're like profile dot, this is X, right? So I'm like profile dot Twitter. Then profile. So yeah, that is basically what you do for all three: profile dot Twitter, profile, or you, profile dot, this is Discord. Then profile dot GitHub. So This changed because we are using social icons. It requires these links to be valid, but they are not. They are undefined. So that's why the icon changed to share icons. But we would remove this and remove that. So just kind of use the default for them. So yeah, this is all we have. This is all we have for today. If there are any questions, please ask them in the chat. I will be here for the next few minutes to, answer all your questions.
All right. Thanks, Victor. I'll just share my screen and just wait. If there's any question, can wait for like 3 more minutes for questions, and then I'll just share any other updates for next class. Victor, are you still sharing your screen? Victor, can you hear me? Thanks, Marie Nella. Okay, yeah, and if you have questions, you can always, ask after, send me a message. I would definitely get your questions answered. Yeah, and I know that, it's a lot of like new things that were introduced today, which is fine. You can take your time. The class mostly, again, is on Cairo, and this is just how to communicate with the blockchain. If you all want to focus on like Cairo contract development, you might not have to do this like because there will be someone on your team working on like the, UI part. But again, it's a good, nice to have skill if you want to be in this space for long. But yeah, waiting for other questions. If anybody has questions, now's the time. Okay, I think we're sharing the wrong screen. All right, if there are no questions, I'll just go to resources and just remind you all about next week. But again, this resource is for like completing this class. It's still the Cairo book, Starknet book, Foundry, and Starknet book. I'm going to add the, what are they calling it? The Starknet Reactor we touched upon today. Just if you want to kind of dig deeper into communicating with the contracts with the front end. But yeah, also another reminder, the class is ending in about 3 weeks, just 2 more classes left, and then, it will be like you all getting your sparks and graduating. But yeah, there are still exercises you all need to complete, like the stack links. If you all need help, please reach out. Some of you all have finished it, so I probably might be able to connect you with other students that can help you walk through it. And Node Guardians, you all should work on Node Guardians. It will help you. Not only Dust, yeah, if you want to kind of sharpen your skill and work on live project, there's a lot of projects going on. They have a hackathon coming up in about 2 days or three. I would encourage you all to sign up if you've not, and kind of like get your hands dirty and see, make more connections in the Starknet ecosystem and see where you go from there. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. If there are no questions. Sometimes you just paste the code in no specific orders. One, super. What? Okay, Victor, I think this question is for you. It says sometimes you just paste the codes in no specific order. I'm not sure what's in what area you are. Supreme, I don't know if you can go over this. You're on mute, Victor. I don't know if you can unmute yourself. If you cannot, I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Okay, so the order doesn't really matter. Yeah, so depends on what you are doing and where you are at that particular point of the code. But yeah, I get what you are saying.
Okay, I'm not sure what that is, but okay. And I guess if you need more assistance, maybe you should try watching the video. If you kind of get stuck, please reach out. We'll try to answer your questions at that point. I guess the more you do it, the more you face challenges and you just kind of like overcome it. But yeah, is there any other question? All right, it seems this was a fast class. There was not a lot of questions. Next week will be about Dojo, which is a gaming engine to build on-chain games on Starknet. I'm going to be leading that. I'm going to kind of walk you through on-chain gaming, the ecosystem, and we try to spin up something real fast, and then I can walk you through just a code base in the upcoming week. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. Thank you all for your time. I'll see you all next week. Oh wait, Hector, thanks a lot. I had already done something similar in Third Web. I'll be playing around a bit before that. Yeah. All right, thanks, Hector. And again, if you have questions, you should ask. Happy to assist and help you any way I can. And I hope to. All right, guys. See you all next week.